Okay, let's dive into this. There is a quiet collapse happening right now inside the American workforce, and almost nobody is talking about the actual data. We aren't talking about something that might happen decades away. Not by 2050, not by 2040. We are talking about exactly 15 specific jobs disappearing by 2030. There's a really high probability that you have worked one of these jobs, your parents definitely did, and your kids might literally be studying for at least 3 of them right now without even knowing they're heading toward a dead end. Today, in this explainer, we're going to look at the hard data to see exactly which careers are vanishing, why it's happening, and where the hidden opportunities are. Look at this staggering number, 92 million. According to the World Economic Forum, that is the number of jobs that will be displaced globally by 2030. But here's the really fascinating part about this. This isn't happening with a loud wave of massive, televised firings. The news isn't showing you this trend at all. It's a completely silent transition happening right inside corporate back offices all over the world.
So, here's our roadmap. We'll start with the silent job collapse, walk through the expected frontline casualties, uncover the white-collar illusion, reveal some massive high-tech STEM surprises, and finally, we'll cover exactly how to survive this automation wave.
Part 1. The silent job collapse and analyzing the hard data. Almost nobody is talking about the actual numbers driving this shift, so let's go straight to the sources. To really ground this, just listen to the institutions sounding the alarm here. The World Economic Forum, Goldman Sachs, Oxford University, McKinsey, they all analyzed the data and remarkably landed on the exact same consensus. Goldman Sachs says 300 million jobs are exposed to automation globally, and Oxford and McKinsey pinpointed a specific list of 15 careers that are already collapsing. So this isn't speculation. It's not a guessing game. This is an undeniable, heavyweight institutional consensus. Moving to part 2, expected frontline casualties. This is where we are seeing the first wave of automation effectively causing a total back office collapse. Let's rapidly break down the first 3 jobs on our list. Job 1, data entry clerks, facing a massive 95% automation risk within just 2 years. Optical character recognition and advanced AI can now read, sort, and enter thousands of documents per hour with way fewer mistakes than a human, meaning 7.5 million positions could just disappear by 2027. Now, the monetization opportunity here isn't in doing the data entry, it's in implementing the automation. If you learn to configure these systems, you can literally turn a company's collapsing department into your freelance goldmine. Next up, Job 2, telemarketers. The Oxford Free-Osborne study gives this a staggering 99% automation probability. That is the highest ever measured. AI voice agents handle outbound calls and objections so well that customers usually don't even know they're talking to a machine. And setting up these AI callers for local businesses, like plumbers or dentists, is becoming a massive revenue avenue for agency owners. Finally, Job 3, medical transcription. While official labor statistics project a 5% decline, internal data shows hospitals are quietly automating 99% of this by 2026. They're just not replacing anyone who quits. It's a completely silent evaporation. Which brings us to job number 4, customer service representatives. This is the absolute heavyweight category, with 2.9 million American workers sitting in this space. Now, when Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, says AI will take over a large share of phone and chat-based support, you have to understand, he is not issuing a warning. He is announcing a literal product roadmap for those 2.9 million workers. AI platforms are already resolving up to 85% of Tier 1 support tickets without a human ever getting involved. That takes us to job number 5, bank tellers. Think about it. Every single mobile banking app downloaded in the last 5 years effectively replaced a person. Bank tellers aren't facing massive, headline-grabbing layoffs. Instead, they're being retired without replacement. Entire branches are being redesigned by major banks right now to essentially be exactly this. Just a lobby, 2 ATMs, and a single manager. That is entirely by design. Okay, part 3, the white-collar illusion. Because those first 5 were the expected frontline casualties. But this is where the AI transition stops being just a factory or call center story and walks right into the office buildings everyone thought were completely safe. Let's look at job number 6, bookkeepers and accounting clerks. And this brilliantly illustrates the core issue we're facing. A human bookkeeper costs a firm between $40,000 and $60,000 a year. An AI-native accounting platform, under $300 a month, and it flawlessly handles reconciliation, payroll, and reporting. The sheer math here simply ends the conversation. The AI calculator doesn't sleep, it doesn't take vacations, and it definitely doesn't panic and miss deadlines during tax season. Now, let's group together jobs 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12. It is basically a quiet bloodbath for the entry level. Cashiers face a 65% risk. Self-checkout isn't just a convenience, guys, it's a permanent workforce transition strategy. Paralegals carry an 80% risk as AI drafts contracts with 90% accuracy. Legal researchers are watching the bottom rung of the lawyer career ladder completely snap in half. Translators for routine business have seen their industry decimated in just 3 short years. And junior insurance underwriters? Well, routine claims are now handled by software before a human even opens the file. Across all these industries, companies are shrinking the headcount, lowering the pay, and entirely removing those entry-level career ladders. Which brings us to job 11, copywriters and content writers. The 148-day Writers Guild of America strike back in 2023 was highly publicized. But the crucial point is that it wasn't just about pay. It was fundamentally a fight for the right not to be replaced by machines. Marketing writers are the canary in the coal mine here. Forrester Research projects 11,000 advertising agency jobs will vanish by 2030, simply because AI can produce ad copy and blog posts for a fraction of the cost.
Moving into part 4, high-tech STEM surprises. These are the highly recommended technical fields parents push kids into, which are surprisingly not immune to this quiet collapse.
Take job number 13, radiology techs. AI diagnostic tools can now read X-rays and basic CT scans with an accuracy that matches or even beats human radiologists on many specific tasks. Because AI is taking over that routine foundational work, hospitals are actively shrinking the medical tech support layer around their senior staff. It's quietly disappearing a career track that so many families are still actively paying college tuition for right now.
Job 14 is junior market research analysts. World Economic Forum data actually shows that 53% of a junior analyst's daily tasks are already automatable by AI today. Compare that to only 9% for a senior analyst. AI isn't eating the top of the org chart, it's eating the absolute bottom. It's completely erasing the next generation's pipeline.
And that perfectly sets up our final vanishing career, job number 15, junior software developers. I want you to hear this jaw-dropping quote from the CEO of Anthropic in April 2025. He stated that AI will be writing essentially all code within 12 months. Not helping write, writing. In fact, junior developer job postings in the US dropped by over 30% between early 2024 and mid-2026. The very industry that told an entire generation of college kids to learn to code is now using AI to replace the college kids who actually learned to code. Crazy, right? Part 5, how to survive automation. Because honestly, it's not all doom and gloom. There is a clear unifying theory of survival here, a common denominator for the jobs that stay. When you look at the 15 doomed jobs, they all share very specific traits. The work is routine, it's structured, it's scriptable, and it is incredibly easy for a machine to check every single day without human judgment. But the survivors? The survivors are the complete opposite. They are messy. They happen in the real world. Think about nurses, electricians, plumbers, therapists, teachers. These roles require you to physically show up in a room, make complex, unscripted decisions, and most importantly, they require deep human trust. You simply cannot reduce a skilled trade or nuanced human interaction to a line of code. So this brings us to the ultimate question you have to ask yourself today. Look at your own daily tasks, or the career your kids are studying for. Are you following a predictable script, or are you building complex human trust? The answer to that question will determine exactly where you stand in the workforce of 2030. Thank you for joining me for this explainer. I hope it gave you some incredible clarity on where the world is heading and what you can do to stay securely ahead of it. Keep learning, keep adapting, and I'll see you next time.